In December of 2022, a friend called me and told me they had some year-end bonus money. And what did I think about solar? I told them that I had looked into it a few times and I really didn't think that it was worth it at the time, but I would take another look. While doing my research, I quickly discovered three things. One, Congress had passed the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 that had increased the solar tax credit from 26% to 30%. And two, since COVID began, I was staying home a lot more, and therefore my energy usage was increased significantly. Also, the Public Service Commission where I live had granted my utility provider a 4% year-over-year increase for the next 5 years. And three, solar panel efficiency improvements and manufacturing improvements had driven the cost per watt of solar down significantly. The first company I contacted was based in my home state. I provided them 12 months of my utility bills, and they came back and told me that 4 kilowatts of DC solar would provide me 100% of my power needs. At that time, I did not realize how wrong they were. In hindsight, I now know that they were just trying to hit a dollar number to get me to buy rather than trying to provide me with the products and services that I truly needed. Next, I contacted one of the top 5 national solar providers. They promptly scheduled an in-home visit with one of their sales associates who came very prepared with a slick presentation. However, their cost estimates were over 3 times as much. I continued to educate myself about solar, watching videos, reading articles, and searching on the web for as much information as I could. One day I ran across a video about DIY solar. This appealed to me because over the last 35 years I had completed several very large and complex home remodeling projects. In the video that I watched, the company providing the solar products and expertise was Solar Wholesale. Now, I don't mean for this video to be an ad for them, but they were essential to my successful solar implementation, so I will provide a link to them down in the description. But to be clear, I am not being compensated in any way for this video. So let's dig into the details. I reached out to Solar Wholesale, and together we worked up several different configurations. I decided to go with the 18 panel configuration, and it was supposed to all fit on my garage roof. I received my solar in a box kit, and the install went relatively smooth, although there were a few minor hiccups. After 7 months, I decided to upgrade my solar system to 24 panels. I did this because my solar generation was a little bit off of the projections, primarily due to trees that are to the east and west of my house that were shading it much more than I had anticipated. With the additional 6 panels added to the west roof, my solar configuration is now maxed out. And hang in there, I'll get to the heat pump water heater in just a minute. My total cost for the system was $17,203. After the $5,161 tax credit, my final cost is $12,042. The first year return on investment for the solar was $1,280.89. The estimated return on investment for the second year is $1,563.50. Currently, it is expected to take 7 years and 1 month to recover the entire $12,042. However, due to changes in weather, that may be a little bit shorter or a little bit longer. And of course, as always, your mileage may vary. In February, I bought a 50-gallon heat pump water heater, also known as a hybrid water heater. But I waited to install it because I wanted to get power monitoring from my original water heater so I'd be able to have some proof as to how much energy it would be saving. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get as much power data as I liked because it started leaking, but I was able to get some power data for the summer and fall, which was enough to make some comparisons as to how much savings the new water heater provided. I'm making this video in the month of May, and currently my hot water heater is using 600 watt hours of power a day. As a comparison, the old hot water heater in August would use 2.6 kilowatts of power a day. The total installed cost for the heat pump water heater was $1,750, including tax, shipping, and pipes, etc. I received a federal tax credit of $525, which gave me a final cost of $1,225. The cost of a traditional water heater would have been $1,116, a difference of $109. The $109 will be made up in about 9.5 months due to the cost savings of the heat pump water heater. I hope you've enjoyed this video. After having my solar installed for over a year and the heat pump water heater for over 6 months, I can say that I am absolutely thrilled with the performance that they have both provided.